Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2025 Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium R-Line. Now this vehicle is pretty special for a couple of reasons. The first and foremost is that this vehicle was just redesigned last year, and as you can see, it did get a couple of changes, of which are some welcome ones. The second thing is that this is a R-Line edition model, which means you're getting the sport-oriented trim of the Atlas. And third, and most importantly, this one here does come standard with a lot of great features, and you do have some options as well. You do have a 12-inch infotainment system, a 12-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, 21-inch wheels, you get quilted seats, which are super nice, and on top of that, you get a plethora of technology that we'll be covering throughout this video. With that being said, a huge thank you to Brandon Thomas Volkswagen, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see on the key, it's a pretty nice key, and it does feel a bit luxurious in your hands. And I do like the gloss black material around it. And as you can see, you have a couple different functions on here. You're gonna have your lock, unlock, your remote start over here, your cargo area release, as well as your panic alarm. To remote start the vehicles, make sure the vehicle is indeed locked, and push the remote start button twice. And the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder will start right up, and it will run for a few minutes. And when you're done, just go ahead and double click the remote start button again, and it will shut itself right off. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you have a very nice unique grille specific to the R-Line. It's going to be completely blacked out. You have your R badge right over here. You have your Volkswagen logo right there in front and center, followed by a front-facing camera. You do have LED daytime running lights with LED projector headlamps. And you do have your front parking sensors at the bottom. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, this is a set of Bridgestone Alenza Sport All Seasons on 21-inch tires. These measure 265 45R21s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket and coming to the door handle, there's a touchscreen inside. Put your hand in and you'll be able to jump on into the vehicle. And if you want to lock it, just tap this button here. The vehicle will indicate locking, and the mirrors will fold in. The exterior color of this one is finished off in pure gray, with a Titan black leather interior with silver accenting. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some hard touch plastic material on top. However, you do have some softer material down at the bottom. You have this kind of sport finish right here on the door panel, followed by this white stitching. You have this full wood trim right here, which kind of gives it a nice touch. You have an aluminum door handle, your power locks, your Harman Kardon speaker right here. You do have your power mirror controls, your power windows, your child lock. You even have some more white stitching right here. You have a little storage area down here. And this area here is to open up your, or I should say this button here rather, is going to be where you open up your trunk. And then you have this very nice aluminum silver kick plate. Along with that smart key access system, the Atlas does come standard with push-button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or in the vehicle itself, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Atlas does come standard with a fully leather-wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. You also have paddle shifters here on the left as well as on the right too. Left, you're going to have your cruise control settings, your volume controls down here for the audio. To the right, you're going to have some buttons here for the instrument cluster, as well as your hands-free voice, different views that we'll touch on in just a moment, and your seat track. And you do also have this little R-Line logo right here to let you know what trim level you have. Now coming up here, we do get a 10.25-inch instrument cluster. This is standard on the SEL Premium, and it does look very, very impressive. You have two main gauges. To the left, you're going to have your tachometer. To the right, you're going to have your speedometer. And right in the middle is going to be your driver information center. Now with that being said, we are taking a look here at a couple different things within that middle portion, such as your exterior temperature, the time, which obviously is a little off, the date, the day of the week, the current time, again, off. You do have your speed limiter right there, and coming to the bottom, you're going to have your range to empty, the vehicle's odometer reading, and some other things as well. Now with that being said, we can cycle through a couple of different things here in the middle by pushing this switch right here on the steering wheel. So as you can see, come over here, you're going to have no display, which will send you right back to your speedometer. You're going to have travel and time distance, average speed, navigation, audio, telephone, speed, time, acceleration, a compass, destination info, and then back to settings. And then of course, one cool thing that this vehicle has is the view portion. So as you can see, let's go back here to your blank page for a quick minute. And then let's go to our view. You can change the different views here. As you can see, you have your virtual cockpit pro that VW calls it. It's very, very nice to see. It's very similar to what you'll find in a lot of Audi products as of late. You also have your gear selector and your drive mode right there on the far left. You also have this view as well, which is pretty cool. And then you're back to your standard view right here. Coming over here, we are going to be looking at a 12-inch multicolor infotainment system, and as you can see, it looks very nice, and there is a lot to go through in this system. So let's go ahead and let's begin. First and foremost, we're taking a look at a couple different things here, and there is more to go through. You're going to have telephone, radio and media, navigation, vehicle, app connect, sound, help, as well as settings. Over here on this screen, you're going to be taking a look at your navigation system. You're going to have your picture of the vehicle, and it's going to tell you to drive safe while you're on the road. Audio, as well as your telephone. And then over here, this is where you're going to find your Bluetooth connection, vehicle status, which is what this is, and then you have settings, sound, as well as help. So we're going to go through every one of them step by step. I'm going to make sure that the volume is turned down here for copyright purposes, just in case when we go to the audio system. Let's start things off here with your telephone. It's going to allow you to pair a phone to the vehicle using this right here. And of course, it's going to show you step by step of how to do it. You have your SOS emergency call here for any emergency situations. And of course, information call right there. You also have settings down here as well. You can select a cell phone, voicemail number, multi-party call, or you can do a three-way call in the vehicle, HD voice, contacts, as you can see, and information about your contacts. Pretty nice to see. Next, we go to your radio and media. That's going to allow you to choose from all your different sources, such as AM, FM, or Sirius XM satellite radio. You can also go to favorites here. You have different types of media, which when we click on that, you can go to Bluetooth, or you can go to My Media, which when we click on this, you have music, videos, and playlist as well. Any alerts, as you can see, as well as settings for the radio and media, which includes either radio and media. Let's say you go into radio. You have your radio text, FM HD radio, AM HD radio, emergency alerts, automatic station logo selection, Sirius XM settings, subscription information, and all that stuff. And a few of these things you can enable or disable depending on your preference. Come over to your navigation system. As though it says no destination suggestions available, it still looks pretty nice for what it is. There you go. And overall, it's well detailed. It's really put together nicely, in my opinion. It's probably one of the better systems in some cases versus some competitors, although some competitors do have a little bit of a better graphic. But overall, for Volkswagen, this is pretty good. You do have your settings down here for navigation, such as route guidance, voice guidance, and basic functions. You can also search for destinations up there as well. Come over to your vehicle. This is going to give you information about the vehicle, kind of in like a 360 view. So As you can see, basically what we're looking at here, you're going to have a chance to look at your exterior lights, tires, mirrors, and headlights, and check on those specific topics. Coming around to the back, you have your brakes, and of course you can say easy open to access the cargo area. Central locking, and of course your windows. Service position and wipers. And then back to this right here. And then we go to the interior portion. You have your head-up display, your cockpit, ambient lighting, as well as seats. Let's say we want to go to our cockpit. You can do eco tips. Of course, you have reset and start driving data, as well as reset long-term driving data. Let's say we want to go to our heads-up display. You can make it be on or off via pushing it to be active or not. You can adjust the brightness and of course the position of where we want the heads-up display to be. And stuff like that. Now let's say if we went through the exterior portion, let's just say we want to check on our exterior lights. You can extend or reduce the amount of time that the exit lighting is on, as well as entry lighting. Tires, let's just say. This will let you know about a speed warning, of course, and of course the warning can be set to any miles per hour. And stuff like that you can, change out and, not change out, but you can read more into, look more into, and kind of get an understanding of how the vehicle works completely. For example, here again, you have brakes, brake settings. So for each pinpoint that we see here, it's going to allow you to make adjustments, go through the settings, and stuff of that nature. So overall, it's a really cool, compatible, interactive way to get to know your Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium R-Line a whole lot better. Coming down to App Connect, this is going to be for your mobile device. This is where, when you come to sound, you can adjust the balance and fade. You can also go to sound focus, and then your surround system, or surround sound, as you can see, and you can adjust the stereo level. You also have your volume here, which you can adjust via the voice operation, speed dependent volume increase, maximum startup volume, infotainment system volume lowering when parking, voice guidance, as well as Bluetooth audio. Coming down to help, you can go and kind of get a quick idea. This is just a quick guide here, basically, of things that you can get help with. For example, here, let's say I want to go to the operating menu help for a couple reasons, or in this case, for a reason rather. It'll allow you to go into that a little bit more in detail. Same thing can be said about your settings, voice operation, home screen, hand gestures, tapping to zoom, moving quickly, a touch slider, pressing and holding, menu sorting, radio and media, tiles on home screen, and then some things you can customize as well, which is pretty cool. Come over here to your settings. This is going to be kind of a rundown of some things that you can go into and get more information about. Nothing like what we see with the vehicle portion, because that is where you can actually, like I said, learn more about the vehicle, so that way you'll be more satisfied with the vehicle that you got. So this is a little bit different than that, but as you can see here, you can, let's say, go to screen settings. You can adjust the brightness, the tone for other buttons, display time standby mode, backseat passenger reminder tone, animation when fingers near the screen, your hand gestures, hand gesture indicator, hand gesture tone. All these things here you can adjust based on your preference as well. You have your time and date, languages, units of measurement, voice operation, as well as Wi-Fi, and you can also do system restore. And then as far as this portion here, that wraps it up here for the infotainment system side of the Volkswagen Atlas. Over here is where we just were a while ago, as you can see. And then, of course, you have your more things over here. Like I mentioned earlier, we went through the phone, went through the vehicle status, we went through the settings, sound, and help. So now you get a better understanding of how the infotainment system works here in the 2025 Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium R-Line. Now, with that being said, there's one other thing that you can go through in here, and that's this right here. This is going to be for your climate control. So as you can see, you can raise and lower the temperature via the screen, or you can do it via these haptic feedback sliders on this side as well as on this side. You also have 3-stage heating and 3-stage cooling when it comes onto the seats. So you have heated and ventilated seats for the front as well as front passenger. You can adjust the temperature. It is a dual zone setup. You have many different ways of doing that, of course, via your positioning here, auto AC controls there. That's going to be basically your classic climate control stuff. Coming back to this here real quick, you can go to smart climate, and that's basically going to adjust the climate for you. The vehicle's going to do that for you if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. And then if you come over to air care, this is basically going to be your air purification system. So as you can see, it's going to allow to get rid of all that, bad air toxins, bacteria and stuff. And it's going to give you some of that cleaner, more enriching air, so that way the quality that you breathe in is going to be very, very good for you. So with that being said, it's nice to see that here in the Atlas, and I wish a few other competitors actually offered this particular feature. And so with that said, guys, that now wraps it up here for the infotainment system in the 2025 Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium R-Line. Coming down below that, you do have some controls here. This is going to be for your driver assist features, your menu here for your parking, as you can see there. Your parking sensors, rather. Different modes as far as your drive modes. So you have a couple. You have Eco, Comfort, Sport, Custom, Off-Road, and Snow. And you do have the Off-Road and Snow because you do have the 4Motion all-wheel drive system in here. That is an option on the Volkswagen Atlas, and this vehicle, like I said, does have it standard. You also have your climate control settings, which of course we just went through here, but you can also go through it down here where it says climate, which, as you can see, looks very cool. And then that is pretty much it. Down here you have a wireless charging pad, which you can put your phone in and it will charge for you. You have 2 USB-C ports on that side there. You do have your 8-speed automatic transmission. When you put the vehicle into reverse, you do get a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. You also have a 360 camera standard only on the SEL Premium. So if you do go for an SEL Premium or SEL Premium R-Line, you will get the 360 camera only on those 2 trims. You cannot get this on an SE with Tech or an SE trim level. You have your electronic parking brake right here. You have your 2 cup holders right here. And I love how it's wrapped in this piano black finish. It does give it a little bit of a unique look. You have a little storage area here for small items like a pen, for example. Come over here to your glove compartment. You have plenty of storage space, as you can see, as well as a USB-C port. The seats in here are by far one of the most comfortable seats that I've sat in a Volkswagen product, and as you can tell, it does look really nice. I do like that it does have some very good side bolstering here. I do like the quilted materials coming down the middle, and I also like the perforations as well that you get with the seat. It's going to make it much more comfortable, and you're sitting almost in a luxury-oriented SUV, although this is technically not supposed to be that, but you kind of get the influence that you are sitting in one because of how the seat is presented to you, and it is very, very nice to see. Come over to your glove box. It is a little dampened. It is a bit felt, and of course you have a good amount of storage space inside. You do have your mirror here with your garage home light down here. You do have controls here for your overhead lights as well as for your sunroof, which, as you can see, it's right up here, which is very cool. SOS is going to be for your roadside assistance. Coming up here, as you can see, you do have a visor with a mirror as well as an LED light. And then come over here to the left, you're going to have your controls here for your rear air ventilation, max AC. This is going to be for your poor weather lights. So let's say there's poor weather going on outside, it will make seeing easier for you. Very, very simple. And then your mode button here is going to be for your low beams as well as your parking light, which is pretty cool. But overall, a lot of technology, a lot of features, and a lot going for this new Atlas here as it goes into 2025. Like I mentioned, it was just refreshed last year, and as you can see, it continues to impress a lot of people, especially for a brand that once did not really have a compatible SUV. It had the Tiguan, yes, it had the Touareg, yes, but this is miles ahead better than that Touareg ever was. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2025 Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium R-Line. Coming into the second row of the vehicle, let's sit on in here so I can get a feel for it. Now, sitting on in here, materials do follow through, and keep in mind this is a 3-row SUV. You can see the third row back there, which is very nice, and as you can see, materials do carry through into the third row as well. You do have very nice materials here, like I said. It carries on into the second row too, and it's very, very impressive. Coming down here, you do have your rear vents. You do have controls here for your temperature. You do have positioning here. You can raise and lower the fan speed. You also have rear heated seats functions back here. You also have 2 USB-C ports as well as a 115 volt outlet right down there as well. Now, sitting behind myself, this is a little bit too far back for my particular taste, but if I had it up a little bit more, I would have a little bit of leg room here. And then leg room for someone like myself, I'm 6'4", I have maybe about 2.5 inches of headroom in here, which is not too bad. And as you can see, this one does indeed have a seat pocket here, as well as a seat pocket over here. And then you do have a proud armrest, and you have cup holders, but as you can see, the delivery paper is still on top of it though. Overall though, sitting in the back of this, it's very nice, and overall I really like what I'm seeing. And then on the SE trim levels and up, you do get your rear sunshades, which as you can see here, look really cool. Coming to the back, the Atlas does come with LED taillights in the back. This portion here is just for decoration or aesthetic. It doesn't really do anything, but you do have your LED lights here, reverse lights and all that. You have your parking sensors and your dual exhaust tips. This one does have a tow hitch. I will put up on the screen how much this vehicle can tow. But with that said, let's go ahead and check out cargo space. This one does have an automatic liftgate. And as you can see, with the way that this vehicle is set up right here, you have more than enough room to put stuff in. And what's nice about this is that, of course, with this third row up, it can demonstrate how much room we have behind this area. You're looking at just over 20 cubic feet with just the seating being the way that it is. And overall, it makes it pretty easy to put, you know, a couple grocery bags or even a suitcase in here. But let's be honest, you want more cargo space. You just use this little thing here with the headrest down. You folded it, you're going to fold it, and that expands cargo space to just over 55 cubic feet of space, which is not too bad. And if you use these little pull tabs here on that side, as well as on that side for the second row, cargo space grows to 96 cubic feet of space, making this one of the larger offerings in the 3-row crossover segment. Now, let's say this other seat was up. You do have some things back here. You do have some storage space here with 2 cup holders. And over here, you kind of have the same thing, as you can see. And then underneath here, you do have a spare tire as well as a front license plate bracket and some other things as well. And you also have a little bit of space here as well as over here. And then when you're done, just tap this button and it will close automatically. The SEL Premium R-Line does come with a very nice set of crossbars, as well as body colored mirrors with LED turn signals on them. Under the hood of the Volkswagen Atlas, we're taking a look at a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It's going to be made to that 8-speed automatic transmission. It produces 269 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Like I mentioned, it's going to be through that 8-speed automatic transmission, and this one is going to be all-wheel drive. All right, guys, the last thing we have to go over in here is this vehicle's window sticker. All right, everyone. 2025 Atlas SEL Premium R line, finished off in pure gray with the Titan black leather with silver underlay. And of course, it does have the 8-speed automatic with Tiptronic 4Motion. As I did mention, this one does have the trailer hitch. It can tow up to 5,000 pounds. And as you can see, all these features that you see here, as well as on this side, is what comes standard with the vehicle. And then come over here, we do have some options. The pure gray exterior color is for $455. The Titan black with leather with silver underlay is going to be standard for this one. The auto dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink and 4-year app subscription is for $405. The monster mats, as well as the heavy duty trunk liner with VW cargo box for $296. And the VW Care, which is basically prepaid scheduled maintenance contract with 30,000 mile servicing for SUVs, coming in at $295. It does have a base MSRP without options at $53,205. It has a $1,425 destination charge, and total MSRP for this one comes in at just a smidge over $56,000. Now, you do have some add-ons on here, which does bring the accessories to $2,480. And this one does have a total price when finished at $58,561. Fuel economy for this vehicle is also pretty decent, coming in at 18 city, 25 highway, and 21 combined. An overall vehicle score for this one comes in at 5 out of 5 stars for the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So in conclusion, the Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium R line, try saying that 5 times, is one of the most advanced technological SUVs that I've ever been in. I really like the updates. I really like the changes that this vehicle has gone through. I'm very impressed with what Volkswagen has done to keep this vehicle relevant. And with that being said, the tech that you get in here is by far one of the biggest selling points for this car. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this walk around and tour of the 2025 Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium R line, finished off in pure gray with a Titan black leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.